Every person has red flags and green flags. That does not mean we are bad or the relationship is just doomed and we have to find ways to be perfect in that relationship, because we're human. We have feelings, we have reactions. As much as we want to respond, sometimes we end up having a reaction. And having our awareness of what triggers those parts of us that have a reaction that create that feeling of guardedness can really help us recognize, like, oop, that is happening right now. I gotta switch gears and be able to practice healthy communication, healthy conflict resolution, and be able to build trust and vulnerability back up. Be mindful and practice active listening. Sometimes it's not the easiest to sit there and pay full attention to what somebody might be saying, depending on how our brain functions and is wired. Yet it is still our responsibility to stay focused, to pay attention, and to engage with our partner or friend or whoever we're having the conversation with, to be present with them. That means listening to them actively, validating their feelings, their experiences, and don't disagree. Even if your experience was different, that doesn't mean your experience is going to be exactly the same as the. Take responsibility for your actions. Just because you're taking responsibility doesn't mean you're a bad person or they're a bad person. That just means things happened, mistakes were made, and how are we recognizing what went wrong, why it went wrong, and what are we learning from it? Make open and honest and vulnerable communication a pattern in your relationship. Make that a baseline rule that needs to be present anytime you're together, anytime you're talking about anything, fun things or hard things. That needs to be present. Pay attention to what makes you feel safe in a relationship, what makes your partner feel safe in a relationship. And then how can you make sure and be very intentional and mindful about making room for those little things and pieces and behaviors that brings that safety in. Independence and encouraging independence in our relationships is really, really, really important. That doesn't mean you have to act like complete individuals in a relationship. No, that just means we are able to see parts of our partner that are their individualistic self that makes them who they are. That could be hobbies, ways of being, or even the way they enjoy and practice and share love. And then also recognizing that there are going to be times where we have to lean on each other. We have to be a unit. One or the other does not need to be present in a way that it's separate. It has to be together. Individual self and the relational self that needs to be leaning on each other and supporting each other. Both of these can coexist. It's just that we have to figure out, what does that dance look like for us as an individual and in our relationship. Lastly, remember, red flags do not mean that the relationship is toxic or unhealthy or abusive. Yes, those things can happen. However, we are not perfect. We are humans, and we are responsible to take care of who we are, how we're reacting and responding, and doing the right thing for us and our partner in our relationship. Red flags are more signs that we need to look out for areas of growth and areas of healing that we have. Relationships are all about growth, relationship with ourselves and relationship with our loved ones. We have to notice, to take accountability, to be able to learn and grow, and making sure that we are being kind and gentle and leading with love.